Well, hey, welcome in everybody. Brad should be getting on in just a minute to start talking. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the chat. I'll also be leaving down all of the links as well to our Telegram, YouTube, and our Twitter as well.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Brad Varnell, and most of you know me as the owner and founder of the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. And now I am going to be also known as one of the CEOs and founders of the Infinite Agape token. So excited to be here with my beautiful bride, Deanna, who is the other co-founder. And I just thank all of you for coming in and sharing a few minutes with me tonight. We're going to go over the Infinite Agape token, which is launching this Sunday, May 25th. Going to go over, all of the details of it, explain to you why it actually exists. I'm huge on a cryptocurrency project that has utility, that actually is meaningful and is doing something that the world needs. I've been thinking about creating a cryptocurrency token and a project for a few years now, and it took till now for me to really come up with an idea that I thought was meaningful and actually needed to exist. And so for those of you that don't know me, I want to just, give you a little bit of a background. Give me a couple of minutes to just give you a little background. We're a little bit discombobulated here. Unfortunately, my co-host, Kevin Blake Weldon, is still in some talks. Right now, he's in Hollywood, California. He's getting the final touches done on the movie that he is making, The Wish List, that is going to be getting filmed here pretty soon and going to come out in Christmas of 2026. He was actually hoping to be here tonight with one of his movie star friends, and unfortunately, he let me know last second that he was still in a meeting and wasn't going to be able to make it. So I'm kind of doing both roles here, so bear with me for a second. But to give those of you that don't know me, I know that a lot of people here tonight were invited by their friends and family to hear about this incredible project. So for those of you that don't know me, once again, my name's Brad Varnell. My story is I've been an entrepreneur all my whole life. My dad taught me from a very young age that wealth wasn't created by trading time for dollars. He always taught me to go out and look to create wealth. One of his famous sayings was, there's a lot of people with time, there's a lot of people with money, there's very few people that have both. And I always wanted to create financial freedom in my life so that I could spend the time with the people that I wanted to spend the time with. I could be there to take my kids to school in the morning, pick them up in the afternoon. I didn't want to have a boss telling me that I couldn't go to my son's basketball game on Friday afternoon because he needed me at the office. And so I tried a lot of different things throughout my life. I'm getting ready to turn 52 here in July. And from my 20s to my mid 40s, I sold cars. I had a couple of different businesses. I was involved in a few network marketing companies, and I really loved network marketing from a lot of aspects, but I never broke through and really created financial freedom in network marketing. But I sure met a lot of incredible people, and I liked the philosophy. And one of the things that network marketing taught me was you can work your 9 to 5 to pay your bills, but what are you doing from 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night? What are you doing after you get off work to build your fortune and to create your freedom? And you could jump into a network marketing company and get some amazing training, and you didn't have to go full time. You could work your job and pay your bills while you learned. And so I like that philosophy, because in the traditional business world, if you picture the corporate ladder of success and you're climbing up that ladder, normally the people that are above you are like trying to stomp on your head and stomp on your hands and knock you off the ladder because they don't want you to pass them up. And the people that are below you on the corporate ladder are reaching up, grabbing your leg, and trying to rip you off the ladder because they want to surpass you. Where in network marketing, it was very much different. You're on this ladder in this business where the people that are above you are reaching their hand down and grabbing and saying, Brad, reach up, grab my hand. I'll help you up the ladder. Because the more successful you become, the more successful they become. And so they wanted to help you be successful. And then the people that were below you on the ladder, the people that you had brought into your team and that you were helping, they have a certain amount of love and respect for you, and they appreciate the fact that you're reaching your hand down to them. So they actually are underneath you, kind of pushing you up the ladder. And I always liked that about network marketing. And so fast forward at about, I guess, 44, 45 years old, 8, 9 years ago now, one of my good friends from a network marketing company, of all things, that I had met that was in my upline in a network marketing company, came to me and said, Hey, Brad, you got to take this cryptocurrency thing serious. Bitcoin at the time was around 2,000 bucks. Ethereum was $9 when he first told me about it in February of 2017. And I was going through some struggles in life. I was financially really hurting. And because I just couldn't really give it the energy that it deserved, I just listened to him tell me about it, but I never jumped in. And long story short, I watched this friend of mine turn about $10,000 into $2.2 million over the course of 2017 going into 2018, because we had a bull cycle. We've now had another bull cycle that happened in 2020 going into 2021. And folks, if you don't have your head buried in the sand, you probably know that Bitcoin just hit the highest number that it's ever been in its history in the last 24 hours at over 111,000, going on $112,000. And that is still a drop in the bucket. Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to turn into a multi-million dollar per token asset. And blockchain technology is here to stay. So for any of you that are new to blockchain technology and this all sounds like Chinese to you, I understand. I felt that way back in 2016 and 2017, but I promise you it's not as complicated as you might think it is. And part of what we're doing here at Infinite Agape is we're kind of taking some of the mystery out of it. In other words, 2 days ago on Tuesday, we actually had a 1 hour Zoom where we taught all of the new people to crypto how to create their Coinbase account, how to create a MetaMask wallet, how to transfer their tokens from one to the other, and put themselves in a position to where if you get excited about what you hear tonight, you will actually be able to go buy the Infinite Agape token when it launches on Sunday. So if you've never created a cryptocurrency wallet, you've never created a cryptocurrency exchange, we're going to get that recording. I'm not sure, William, if that recording is ready to share yet or not, but if it isn't, we're going to want to make sure that we have that recording from Tuesday night's training ready to share as soon as possible. And you guys will be able to go learn everything that you need to do to buy this incredible token. So one of the missions of Infinite Agape is to help people that are scared to jump into crypto because it's the wild, wild west. It seems like it's a really scary thing. We want to make it easier. We want to make it comfortable, and we want to teach you how to get started in crypto. And then the other reason that we really exist, folks, I don't know if any of you, even after 9 years in the industry, right now there's 40 or 50,000 different cryptos. So even for me, I wake up every day going, which one should I invest in? How do I know there's 50,000 of them? I don't, even me and my team together cannot vet all these projects. We cannot find all of the diamonds in the rough, if you will. And so this is a community driven project. We believe that the herd will create the diamonds in the rough. And what do I mean by that? Each and every one of you that is an Infinite Agape cryptocurrency token holder is going to have the ability to help us as a group collectively find incredible cryptocurrency projects. And that's one of the main utilities of this project. is can you imagine as we have two, three, four, 500 people that are holding our tokens, and those of you that own over $777 worth of our tokens are actually going to be able to nominate cryptocurrency projects every 2 weeks that you think deserve to be on our radar. And then after that 2 week nomination period is over, you're going to have an opportunity then, the whole community that owns $77, so you don't need that much skin in the game to vote on the project that you believe deserves to win the vote and that you think is the best project that was nominated. You only need $77 in tokens to vote. And what we do after those votes are tallied is we see what token won, and we then have a rewards wallet that is basically driven by a 1% tax. So every time somebody buys or sells or transfers the Agape token, 1% of that transaction amount goes into this rewards wallet. And so, from our experience in looking at other projects and seeing some other projects that have done a little bit of what we're doing, we've taken the best that we found from a couple of projects and then added a lot to it. But we think it's very realistic that even in just the first couple of weeks of our launch, that we would probably accumulate $2,500 to $5,000 in that rewards wallet. So for even math, let's say that it's $4,000 that's in that reward wallet. And now what we're going to do, that token that won the vote, we're going to go buy $4,000 worth of that token, and then we're going to airdrop it out to all of the community that voted for that winning project. So let's say that 10 people voted for the winning token. Each one of those 10 people that might only own $77 worth of our Agape token are going to get an airdrop of $400 worth of that winning token. If there was 20 people that voted for that winning token, then each of those people would get $200 and so on and so forth. If 40 people voted for the winning token, everybody gets $100. The other thing that we're going to do every 2 weeks is we're going to reward the person that nominated the token with $500 worth of USDT that they can use to invest in that cryptocurrencies project. They can buy Agape tokens with it. They can use it for rent or life, whatever they want to use. So every 2 weeks, one person that nominated the winning token is going to get $500, and then all of the people that voted for the token are going to get an airdrop of that token, and we're going to do that every single 2 weeks. And the part that I really believe is beautiful is we now can go to that winning token, and I can reach out to them as the co-founder and CEO of the Infinite Agape token and explain to this cryptocurrency project how somebody from our community nominated them and that they won the popular vote out of the couple hundred or the 500 holders that we have, but that all 200 holders got to see this project and get more information about it. And then to go back a little bit to my story, folks, I probably should have continued that before I moved forward. But the end of that story, folks, is I jumped into crypto towards the end of 2017, and I invested in 18 and crypto was going down. I invested in 19 and crypto was going down. I invested in 20 and crypto was going down. I was literally down 75 to 99% in most of my cryptocurrency holdings. And my beautiful wife there will probably smile when I say this, but I know she had moments of what in the world is he doing? And if I had $1 for every time I told my wife, babe, trust me, I promise you this is going to work out. I had no doubt. I knew where cryptocurrency was going. I knew it was going to revolutionize the world, that blockchain technology was just too incredible for it to be denied. So I wasn't worried. It took a lot longer than I was hoping. I thought 18 was going to be incredible and then it was awful. I thought 19 was going to be incredible and it was awful. And then finally, in about November, December of 2020, things took off like a rocket ship. And I made more money from November of 2020 till about May of 2021 than I probably made in most of my adult life combined. And then I created the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. So a lot of you are on here because you met me through the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. It was founded in April of 2021. So we're a little over 4 years old now. We just crossed the 300,000 subscriber base on my YouTube channel. And so that creates some great synergy. When I reach out to these winning projects, not only are they going to find out about the Infinite Agape project and how we got a couple hundred eyeballs on them there and more as it grows, but I'm also going to let them know, hey, I'm also the owner of the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. And because your token won, you guys are going to get a free 1 hour slot that I normally charge several $1,000s for. And I'm going to highlight your project and introduce you to my whole YouTube community for free. And we believe that these projects are going to be so thankful and grateful for all of the free eyeballs that we've put on them that it's going to be very, very normal for them to get excited about the Infinite Agape token, to tell their community about us. Their community is going to be like, well, hey, if we already won the popular vote once, maybe if we come join the Infinite Agape community and we buy some tokens and we nominate them and vote for them, maybe they could win. We could get another $4,000 or $5,000 airdrop, and we would actually get some of those tokens as community members of that winning token. And then I also get to reach out to the other 8, 9, 10 projects that were nominated that didn't quite win the vote and explain to them what we're doing here at Infinite Agape and give them an opportunity to share us with their community and vice versa. And they will know that if their community comes in and joins us and buys some tokens, nominates their project a second time and votes for it, that they have a chance of winning the next 2 week time period, getting that $4,000 or $5,000 buy on their charts, and then the free spot on the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. And I just believe that it's going to create a lot of great will in the cryptocurrency community because, as we just mentioned, a lot of these projects are incredible projects, but it costs millions of dollars in advertising budget for these guys to get enough eyes on them for them to really grow and turn into the companies that a lot of them deserve to be. Well, we're going to be a big part of helping these incredible companies get the right kind of eyeballs on them because all of you are obviously interested in making money and investing in good projects in crypto. So we're going to get incredibly valuable eyes on these projects. And I think that it's just going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And one of our taglines that I got from a good friend of mine, a gentleman named Mr. David Meltzer, he loves this saying, and I think it just really makes a lot of sense with this company. And that's, we are going to make a lot of money, we're going to help a lot of people, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And Infinite Crypto and the Infinite Agape token embody that. And so on the flip side, if you're wondering, well, why is this token called Infinite Agape? So for those of you that don't know us, once again, my wife and I are Christians. Our relationship with Jesus Christ is number one in our lives. We owe all of the good things that we have to him. And we're not here to tell you that if you're not a Christian, that we don't want you to participate in Infinite Agape, because nothing could be further than the truth. Jesus loves all of us. And anybody that tries to tell you differently is wrong. I heard it once said that there's nothing that you can do to cause God to love you anymore, and there's nothing that you can do to cause God to love you any less. And I believe that with all of my heart. But because of our Christian principles, we want to give back. We want to be a part of a project that has more of a mission than just making money. And so my incredible wife came up with the Agape token and the charitable part of the next aspect that I'm going to get into with you guys. And the way that this works is we have another 1% tax on those buys and sells that goes into the charity reward wallet. And it would also be worth $4,000, the same amount as the project reward wallet. And so, same mechanism. If you own $777 worth of our Agape token, every 2 weeks, you are going to be able to nominate the charity of your choice. And then anybody that owns $77 worth of our tokens can vote for the charity that they would like to see get that prize pool. And so, excuse me, guys, this phone is driving me crazy. I didn't realize that I had it on sound. I'm going to get rid of this sound real quick. And there we go. So in this example, the winning charity is going to get a phone call from us. They're going to get told why it's happening, and we're going to say, hey, we've got a check for $3,200 that we want to send directly to your charity. And this is why, and tell them about the Infinite Agape cryptocurrency project. You can kind of see here, guys, this is the new shirt that I'm going to be wearing to Bitcoin. And if you look at the back of it, can you see the back of it, Will?
No.
No. Well, what happened? I clicked off the camera. Oh, I see. Weird. Okay, but anyways, we've got these incredible Infinite Agape shirts that we're going to be taking to the Bitcoin convention, and really sharing our passion. But the charity is going to get 80% of that rewards pool. So 3,200 of the 4,000 goes 100% directly to the charity. Infinite Agape does not keep one penny of that rewards pool. The other 800 is going to get divided up. 25% to the person that nominated the charity. So they would have $200 coming to them. They can either forward that to the charity if they really love their charity and they're passionate about it and they want that $200 to go to the charity. We'll make that happen. And then the remaining 600 will get divided up amongst the people that voted for that charity. So if there was 10 people that voted, each of them would get $60 in either our Infinite Agape token or a token like USDT or USDC that they can use for whatever they want. And as far as we know, we're the only cryptocurrency project ever that has done something like this, that is designed to really help incredible charities. And we believe as this grows from 200 holders to 500 holders to 1,000 holders and more, there's some of these checks that are going to go to these incredible charities are going to become $10,000, $20,000, $30, $30,000 checks as this community grows. We also believe that you do good for others. These charities are probably going to, share with their community that they got these big donations. People from the community are going to be interested in checking us out, maybe becoming a part of our community. We also believe that that's where a lot of new people that maybe don't want to jump into crypto just for crypto's sake, but they see that their charity just got a check for $5,000 and then they get interested enough to take a look at us. They hear our mission and that we're going to help them learn how to invest in cryptocurrency. We're going to take a lot of fear out of the cryptocurrency journey and so on and so forth. We really believe that we can do something, special here at the Infinite Agape, token. So with that, guys, I managed to talk for 24 minutes without taking a deep breath. And so I will, relax and give you guys an opportunity. For those of you that are here listening, we would love nothing more than to take your questions. My amazing team is right here. My amazing wife, Deanna, is here. William Trujillo and Joshua Varnell are two other intricate pieces of this puzzle. So, if William or Deanna or Josh, if any of you guys have any questions that you think I should be answering, if I didn't cover anything, feel free to hop on. And then for those of you that are guests here tonight, I would love nothing more for you to raise your hand. There's a spot down at the bottom of the screen where if you hit where that heart is and it says react, there's a little arrow there that points up, and you can basically raise your hand by hitting that arrow. And I'm going to lower mine now, but it'll basically pop up on your screen. that your hand is raised and that you want to answer a question. We'll allow you to unmute your mic. We'll let you come in and ask any question. And folks, I want to make sure that you guys know there's no such thing as a stupid question. I remember the terror that I went through the first time I sent tokens from one wallet to another. Scared to death I was going to do something wrong and mess it up and lose my cryptocurrency. I remember the first time I recorded my private seed phrase and scared to death if I lost that, that somehow I would lose access to my wallet. You know, every single one of us was born into this world and had to learn how to walk. And in that process, we fell down over and over and over and over in order to learn how to walk. So don't be shy. If you've got questions, there's no such thing as a stupid question. So please raise your hand, and I'm happy to open it up to all of you and take any questions. Chad does? Okay, let me pop over here to the chat and see here. Who has the chat? Oh, Chad? Yes, Chad, great question. So anybody that owns 777 or more of the token can nominate and vote. So you would qualify for both. So yes, and obviously a lot of people are going to vote for the project that they nominate. So not only will you win the $500 if you nominate the winning project, but if you were one of the voters for your project, you're also going to get an airdrop, whatever that ends up being for the project that you voted for. So great question. You get to do both. At $77, you just get to vote on the nominated tokens and the nominated charities. But at 777, you get to do both. Any other questions? Oh, you guys couldn't even hear the phone. I guess this mic does a better job of muting stuff out than I thought it did. Hey, Joel, good to see you, my friend. How you doing tonight? Welcome. I see Scotty B Greatness. You've always got a good question or two, Scotty. You got anything on your mind or anything that you would like to share with us?
Hey Brad, thanks so much. I don't know if it's as much of a question, but the more that I'm seeing this, and I'm a novice to this. I'm definitely a novice to crypto. I'm one of those ones that I'm still afraid to like try to transfer something or buy something. I mean, I just am. It still scares me. Technology, I was like right before technology really hit as I was growing up. So it does. It's a scary thing, but I'm learning more. But the thing out of all my friends that have brought things to me, Brad, the thing that I love about what you guys have put together here is I kind of envision this. Even if somebody doesn't buy any of the Infinite Agape coin, if they just join the community, every 2 weeks there's going to be new companies coming in. And I imagine some people are going to vote for one just because it's their favorite. But what I believe that I imagine will probably happen inside the community is as they come up, people that have experience will probably start talking about what they like about them. I see this as an educational forum. It's like a free Harvard or Ivy League degree because every 2 weeks there's going to be new projects. There's going to be more than one. And I would imagine we'll start having some great, very fun, healthy, spirited conversation about the projects and why somebody likes one. But I see that as an education forum for people like me that don't really know a whole lot that can get in there and start learning. And then as I learn more, hopefully one day I can add value in there as well. So, whether somebody has any of the token at first or not, just being in the community to start learning. And then the other side is where else can you have all year long out of those 50,000 that exist now and more coming all the time? Where else can you have access early? I had a good friend of mine. We actually were business partners many years ago, and he was one of the top graduates in the country in the world of finance. He got hired by Goldman Sachs. And when he started with them, his minimum client had to put $5 million in. That was the minimum client. And so he was telling me how their tier system worked. And when they were going to take companies public, the people that had like big money, hundreds of millions or so, they would get first option on things than the people that had tens of millions, than the people that had millions, and the people that were less. But the more people had, they had access, but they had insider knowledge. It wasn't illegal. It's just they kind of gave it to the people that had the most. And so what I see here is, I wasn't born into one of those families. I didn't go to one of those schools. I'm a regular, everyday, average person from Louisville, Kentucky. But to me, it's like being insider legally, but being insider, knowing about projects before people do. And when I heard you talk about this strategy, I'm like, wow, well, I imagine that if one's going to win, probably a lot of people in here are going to buy some of it. I mean, some might buy a lot, but most will probably get a little bit just because thinking about it, you've got all these people that got eyeballs on it. We all know how markets go. They come on your show, which is going to be amazing. I mean, yeah, maybe it won't go up, but hypothetically, statistically, it probably should go up some. And so I just see it as a way to get in kind of like on the insider for those of us that weren't born into those families or those situations that don't have that kind of money. So I see it as number one, a free education. And then number two, it's like having insider knowledge without having to put tons of money in to get that knowledge. So that's the thing I love about it. But brother, on the bottom line is when it's all going to charity and for Christ, I mean, that's the trifecta. So it's the perfect storm of positivity.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate the comments. And that reminds me, that's another way that people can benefit from this is when we get ready to, we announce the winning token and that we're going to go buy $4,000 worth of it about 1 hour before we actually go make the buy. So for those of you that are part of the community, and especially if you're a little bit more crypto savvy, this will make more sense to you. But if some of these projects are lower market cap projects, and we go buy $4,000 or $5,000 worth of this token, there's a reasonable chance that we're going to move the needle, even if it's just temporarily on that chart, by 5, 10, 20, 30% in some cases. And so what a lot of savvy investors are going to do is when we announce the winner at 7 p.m., say, 7 p.m. Eastern time on a Tuesday night, those of you that know who the winning token is and know that we're going to go buy $4,000 or $5,000 worth of it in an hour, have an opportunity to go buy it before we do, and then potentially sell it and make 5 or 10% very, very quickly on what we call a swing trade. I mean, it's not going to make you rich, but if you can turn 500 into 600 in an hour or 1,000 into 11 or 1,200 in an hour, that's another incredible benefit. And in order to get access to the list of the nominated tokens and find out what token won, you have to have the $77, worth of the tokens. Now, I'm sure it'll leak out, and there will be some people that don't own $77 worth that maybe kind of figure it out. But in general, in order for you to connect your wallet to the back end of the website and see the nominated projects and to see who won the vote, you're gonna have need to have that $77 in tokens. But that's just another way that you can win by participating with our community. Awesome. Do we have anybody else with a question? If not, I guess I should probably get to some of the details and then maybe you guys will come up with some questions. One of the things that might be on your mind is how in the world do I buy this token and when can I buy this token? And so that's going to happen this Sunday, May 25th. And we're calling this a fair launch token because we don't have a couple of hundred holders and raised millions of dollars privately before this token is launched. This is a token that just a very few people are going to own. The core team members, we have some advisors on board like Kevin Blake Weldon and a few people that are going to have some tokens. Those tokens have a very long vesting schedule, anywhere from 7 months to 18 months. So it's not like all of the tokens are getting dumped onto the market immediately. It's a very slow vesting schedule. And there's just going to be 20 or 30 people that might own some tokens before this launches, where with a normal cryptocurrency private sale, a lot of times they're raising millions of dollars and they have 2, 3, 4, 500, 1,000 people that own the token or more because they've gone through launch pads and all sorts of ways that they've raised money. And we don't have that. Instead, we've got a very small group of people that own any tokens. That small group of people is also believers in the project. This thing is going to launch to about a $75,000 initial market cap. And for any of you that are crypto savvy, you know that that is like nothing. Even with a 20x, that only takes us up to, a $15 million market cap, which is still considered to be almost nothing in the cryptocurrency world. And so that mechanism of only a few people that have it, most of which don't want to sell it at a $775,000 market cap, and then several hundred people that have been watching these Zooms, that have been getting told about the token through my YouTube channel, that have gotten into our Telegram, that are following us on Twitter, that are waiting for us anxiously to announce, hey, it's live. Go buy the token as fast as you can. It's going to launch at 0.001. So 1/10 of a cent is what this is going to launch at. And folks, I can't speculate on what's going to happen after the launch, but in my years of doing this, I've become a little bit of an expert when it comes to private sales. I've probably invested into about 150 of them, and I know what works. I know what's good for the initial holders and how to launch a project successfully that creates excitement and FOMO and has a lot of people that are attracted to it. And so I'm pretty excited about what is going to happen for those of you that are ready to participate on Sunday. So you're going to want to get some money onto the Binance Smart Chain, probably on your MetaMask wallet. You're not going to want to use an exchange like Binance or something like that. You're not going to be able to buy the token through an exchange. You're going to want to use your MetaMask wallet, have money in the Binance Smart Chain network, and you're going to want to use a platform called PancakeSwap, which is the #1 decentralized exchange on the Binance Smart Chain network. For those of you that understood that, beautiful. For those of you that I might as well have been talking Chinese, we're going to get the link to that Tuesday training. Have we put that link in the chat yet, Will?
No, please true.
Okay, we're going to get that link published in our Telegram group and get that link put onto our Twitter account. So Will is going to put the links to our Telegram group and to our Twitter account so that you can get in and watch that video as quickly as possible for that training that we did on Tuesday. If you watch that video and follow the steps, you will have money where you need for it to be so that you can buy these tokens on Sunday. We're then going to go as a team in our Infinite Agape gear. We've got hundreds of shirts. We've got stickers. We've got buttons. We're going to go hit Bitcoin 2025 full force, whole team of us, giving out t-shirts, telling people about the Infinite Agape token. We're looking to have a QR code that people can scan that'll take them right to PancakeSwap where they can buy tokens. I'm obviously going to be using my reach as a cryptocurrency influencer. I've been on Ben Armstrong's Around the Blockchain back in the day. I'm good friends with Discover Crypto team now that they've branched off. And so I'm going to be talking to all of my YouTuber friends and everybody that's at Bitcoin. And we think that we're going to get thousands and thousands of eyeballs on us at that conference right when Bitcoin just reclaimed its all-time high. Excitement is coming back to the markets. And so, I mean, you guys probably can tell I'm pretty excited, man. It's really hard for me to control my enthusiasm at this point. This is a dream come true for me. This is something that I've been working for my whole life. And the last 10 years of experience that I've got, all of the punches that I've taken, all of the times that crypto has tried to knock me down onto my knees and keep me there, have prepared me for this moment. So I very much believe that those of you that like what you heard tonight and get in and participate with this amazing community are really going to be glad that you're a part of something that is way, way, way bigger than each of us, on our own. So with that, I'll reopen it up to questions, but once again, PancakeSwap, Binance Smart Chain. We're not even giving out the time on the 25th. We want it so fair that nobody has an opportunity to front run anybody else. So we're going to turn the contract on, and then we're going to blast out announcements in the Telegram group. We're going to blast out Twitter. I'm going to go on a live stream, an emergency live stream on my YouTube channel, and let everybody know that the Infinite Agape token can be purchased. And so, I will give you guys a little bit of alpha. if you live in the United States, like I do, and you're going to launch a token, and most of the people that are investing in it live in the United States, what time of the day do you think would be a good time of the day to do that at? And I'll let you figure it out for yourself. Like, there's obviously some times, in my opinion, that would jump out at me as horrible times to do it at. So that cuts down the window just a little bit. For those of you that were on this Zoom, you deserve a little bit of alpha. And I hope you can kind of decipher what I mean by that. It's still a pretty wide window of when would be good. But there's definitely a little bit of time, where you probably, like, it's probably okay to maybe get a little bit of sleep Saturday night. Let's just leave it at that. So with that, folks, I'm going to open it back up to questions, comments too. Like, if you've got a comment, you really love what you've heard tonight, or you hate it, we're open to that too. There was a gentleman on the Zoom last week that came up with two amazing ideas that we're looking at implementing, both of them. In fact, I'm trying to get in touch with him. I want to actually ask him if he would like to potentially be an advisor to the project, because he came on here and gave us some incredible value with a couple of ideas. So if you've got a great idea, something that you like, that you think that we should maybe be doing on top of what we're doing, if you hate something that we're doing, or if you just have a question, don't be shy, man. We'd really love to have you come up. Nope, we got a shy audience tonight, guys.
Yeah. The
What's that, Will?
what's that thing I mentioned where you could, instead of giving money directly to the charity, like
Okay.
special?
Yeah, so William asked me a question the other day. He said, "What do I tell people that just say, hey, why don't I just send some money directly to the charity? Why do I want to participate and buy your tokens and have money go towards my charity rather than just sending them the money?" And the response to that, in my opinion, is that if you just send, $50 or $100, say you were going to buy, you were going to send $77 to your directly to your church, and you do that, that's fantastic. Or your favorite charity, whatever that is, send them the $77. That's amazing. But with the purchase of $77 worth of infinite agape token, and then the ability to promote, your project, potentially have somebody from your charity nominate the project, and if it gets voted for and wins, you're potentially going to get $4, $5, $10,000 that goes to your project. And the other thing is, if you send $77 to your charity, that's great, but it's gone. It was a one-time deal and it's gone. If you invest $77 into the Agape token, you can literally vote for a charity every 2 weeks for months and years to come, hopefully. And as it builds up, you have the opportunity to do a heck of a lot more good in the long term, by participating in our ecosystem, and everybody's little bit ends up being in a giant number to some of these charities, versus you just sending a little bit of money individually. I recommend doing both. Like, for those of you that can afford it, still support your favorite charity, send them some money too. But I think that this is a great way for you to support your charity and be able to do it on an ongoing basis. And then the other thing that you're doing is you're getting, remember, the 200 holders that we have are going to get to see those 10 charities that were nominated. They're going to get to see who that winning charity was. And so if there are people here that maybe don't give as much to charity as they would like, or maybe it's been on their heart and they're not sure where to send some money to charity, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to see some charities and be able to take a look at them and find one that really is near and dear to your heart and that you would like to support. So that would be the other benefit of, just coming in and getting a hold of some of our Agape tokens. I
Hey,
don't.
Brad, it's Joel here.
Hey, Joel, how you doing, my friend?
Good. I just figured out how to unmute my mic. I'm
Awesome,
kind of new to
man.
this, but
Love to
I
have
just
you.
wanted to add. Thank you very much. I just wanted to add something that you were, talking about earlier about, people that are new to crypto. I got in towards the end of 2020, early 21. Um, I've listened to other influencers, obviously, and that's how I kind of got into it. And I'm more of a buy and hold guy. I've got a busy schedule. I've learned how to swap stuff around, move stuff around. I guess my biggest fear, as you said, is like moving stuff around with the wallet, the addresses, and everything. And I'm kind of talking to people who are new to this, and um, I guess one of the things that I would suggest to people is learning how to research crypto. That's one thing that I really need to get better at. But definitely, as you said, I got scared to death moving stuff around at first until I kind of learned it. Looking at the address, 3, 4 times before I move stuff. I
Right?
do a test every time before I do a little test with just a little amount every time. And I still do that. But
Yep.
I'm anxious about the project. I can't wait to see where it goes. And I'm just very anxious. And I just, I've started following you, recently within the past few months, and I watch as many of your YouTube videos as I can when you have them on Monday through Wednesday, and glad to be with you.
Thank you, man. I'm glad that you are with us. I love the fact that this project attracts great people. We've had an opportunity to actually get to know each other over the last few weeks. We've, been on the phone, and I
Yeah.
really appreciate the high quality people that this project attracts like you. And what you just said is something else that we're teaching. We're teaching people that security. And, I still do it today. I had a friend sending me a pretty large amount of money today, and we did a $10 test, even though he sent millions of dollars over his career, and I've sent millions of dollars over my career. We're not sending tens of thousands of dollars back and forth even to this day without doing a $10 test. He sent me 10 bucks. Once I received it, everything was good. Then he sent the rest. So that's one of the things that we will be teaching on those Tuesday trainings. Over the upcoming weeks, we're going to continue that. Tuesday training is going to be a weekly thing for the foreseeable future. I've got an incredible gentleman named Mike Dwyer that is incredible when it comes to all of the technical things that you need to know in crypto, that is going to be doing those Tuesday night trainings at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday night on a Zoom like this. It also gets opened up for questions and answers at the end. So if he went over something that you weren't quite sure about, you can get it set up. But like my friend, I think Angel might even be on the line, but one of my son's best friends, 18 years old, had never experienced anything in crypto. He watched the Tuesday live stream. He got his Coinbase account set up. He got his MetaMask account set up. He was able to buy some Polygon tokens and send them over to the MetaMask and then get those bridged over to the Binance Smart Chain, even though he's 18 and brand new to crypto. After it was over, he got on the phone with my son, and my son kind of helped him a little bit more. But in general, we're going to really help a lot of people get over some of those fears that you have. But it's great that you're actually still being security conscious after all this time. Don't let that guard down. It's important to keep that guard up even once you consider yourself to be a professional. Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for being here. Is anybody else got a question? And if not, I don't want to throw this gentleman under the bus, but there's a
You
gentleman
have
on
some
here.
questions in the chat, babe.
Oh, okay. They're putting them in the chat. Let me see here. Okay. So for those of you that are shy, oops, what did I just do there? I just clicked off of something. Let me get back. Oh, what did I do? There we go. So let me get back into the chat. Let me see here. Go.
Venmo 99 has a question.
All right, I'm going to scroll back up kind of and take them here in order. Chad says, I love what I'm hearing. Hey, fantastic, Chad. In fact, you were one of the people that I was going to call out. I was going to say I didn't want to put you on the spot, but you are an incredible individual. You and I have a mutual friend in Josh Denny, and I have spent a lot of time listening to your wisdom and the relationship that you have with your incredible wife, and some of the free information that you pour into people through your social media and through your Facebook account is just amazing. So maybe after I answer these questions, if you have the ability to hop on and and maybe you and I could just chat for a minute or two and get to know each other in person, and maybe you could tell people a little bit about your experience in crypto and why you like what you're hearing, that would be fantastic. But let's go into the questions. So we answered that one. Scotty, can we get a swag store? Absolutely. These shirts are going to be available to be purchased. They've got a really cool saying on the back. And yes, we're going to have, shirts, coffee cups, the whole thing. We're going to have a merchandise store. Absolutely. Once we get back from this Bitcoin conference next week, that will be one of the things that is high up on our level to do. So yes, definitely going to do that. Venom 99. Can you make an event other than referral? Maybe a creative contest with a specified theme, like making a meme, article, or video to post on X by tagging Infinite Agape, so it will show more real contribution. Hey, that is a fantastic idea. So if I understand you correctly, what you are saying is that maybe we put out a contest where you, Venom, go create some type of a meme, some kind of a catchy, creative post on Twitter or other social medias. And then we take a look at all of the people that made those posts and we pick a winner. And maybe we've got a $50 or $100 reward for the person whose meme and social media post got the most views, got the most traction, created the most excitement. If I'm understanding you correctly and that's what you meant, I think that is a tremendous idea. And once again, the value of the community, something that I never thought about, but I absolutely agree with 1000%. So if that is something that you really think would be beneficial, please DM me on my Telegram channel. Let's have a little question and let's go back and forth. I'd love to hear more of your ideas on exactly how you've envisioned this working, and let's make it happen, man. That would be exciting. I think that's a great idea. Thank you for the suggestion. Daniel Prosper, promotions on the social media platform can help build the community members. What about that? Same thing. Absolutely. That's why we've got a referral bot, folks, inside of our Telegram group. If you click the link that Will's been putting in the chat here, you're going to create your account. In doing so, you're going to get your own referral bot link, and then you can invite your friends, your family into our Telegram group. And we're giving away $777 worth of Agape tokens. It started yesterday and the cutoff is June 15th. The top 5 referrers that bring the most people into our Telegram group between now and June 15th are going to share $777 worth of Agape tokens. I forget the exact breakdown, but I believe it's something like 350, 200, 100 or 150, and then 77, and then 50 is going to make up that $777. So if you're the top referrer between now and June 15th, $350 worth of Agape tokens coming your way. If you're down at 5th place, $50 worth of Agape tokens coming your way. I also gave away $50 in USDT yesterday in the Telegram group, $25 to 2 different people. And I've got a contest right now. The next 10 people that go in underneath the post that I just made probably right before this Zoom started, the next 10 people that go create their referral bot and create their account are going to also be entered into a drawing. So absolutely, Daniel, we want to reward people that are helping to build the community, and we're very, very happy to do so. The next question that I'm seeing here is Greg Nowak. Good evening. Will the nominated tokens be hyperlinked to their website? Looking forward to this coming week. That's a fantastic idea too. I think that might be possible. If it's not possible to do right on the website, we can certainly, make something like that happen though. And I think that's a great idea. It makes it easier for you guys to actually go vet the project. You're going to also want to go take a look at these projects on websites like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. So that is a great question. You will definitely have all of the information that you need to really go take a look at these projects. And we're going to give you 48 hours to do it also, folks. When the nomination period ends, we're going to give you 48 hours to go take a look at the nominated tokens and make your educated vote on the project that you think should be the winner. So thank you so much for that. Then Chad says, do we directly swap BNB from MetaMask through PancakeSwap to Infinite Agape token? That is correct. Now, any token on your Binance Smart Chain MetaMask wallet will work. So if you've got USDC that is on the Binance Smart Chain network, or USDT, or theoretically you could probably even swap, just a regular token that you own already, and PancakeSwap will automatically route it. The liquidity pool is going to be in Agape token and USDT, so that we don't have to worry about the price fluctuation of BNB messing with the price of our token. But yes, if you buy with BNB, PancakeSwap will route it, and we end up getting the USDT, you end up getting the token. So you don't have to do anything special if you already have BNB token. You're all set and ready to go, Chad. Jesse Ham says, to piggyback on the other comment, for those not similar with where or how to research new potential projects for nominations, can you maybe do some talking about how to find these coins, or even a separate stream about this would be super helpful? Yeah, absolutely. On Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon Eastern, every single Wednesday for the last year plus, I have done a stream called Microcap Gem Wednesdays, or Wednesday Microcap Gems. That whole live stream for 1 to 2 hours is all about finding new projects. And once again, it's community driven. I have a ton of people that come onto the YouTube channel and give me tokens that they would like me to take a look at. And I pull those tokens up. I look at their website. I look at their tokenomics. I look at their team. I look at, their market cap on CoinGecko. I look at where you can purchase those tokens. Go through several different things that I believe are important when you're trying to decide if a token might be worth a little bit of your hard-earned money. So I would definitely recommend those of you that are going to become a part of this project, for sure, go find me, Infinite Crypto. It'll pop right up. I didn't think to have Will have a link to my YouTube channel, but he can probably find something like that relatively quickly. So for those of you that want to go check out my YouTube channel, we'll get a link in the description. But yeah, Wednesdays at 9 a.m., all we do is talk about microcap gems, and you're more than welcome to bring them to me. I usually have a couple, 2 or 3 of my own that I want to share with you. And then, of course, I'm going to lean towards projects that are on the Binance Smart Chain, because obviously you're nominating projects that are on the Binance Smart Chain to get started with, which, by the way, folks, leads me to something else that I think is pretty exciting. We've already got the plans in place to take what we're doing here after it's launched on the Binance Smart Chain and basically copy and paste and move it over to Solana, move it over to the base network, move it over to Polygon, move it over to Avalanche, and any other layer ones that we really believe it would be successful on. So for right now, we're focused on the Binance Smart Chain, but we're going to launch this. We're going to launch this successfully. We're going to create a lot of excitement, get a lot of eyes on us, and then we're going to move to these other chains, and you're going to have an opportunity to get in at the beginning all over again, because we're not going to take our tokens and just create a multi-chain version of this token mint. We're literally going to create an Infinite Agape 2 with a whole new mint of tokens. And then we're going to do another turn it on the day that we're launching, and everybody's going to have an opportunity to buy into that token at 001 or whatever the tokenomics are for that token. They could change slightly, but everybody that is involved in this project is going to have an opportunity to then get involved in it as we move it from chain to chain. So there's a lot of different ways that you're going to be able to maximize the potential by being here with us. Thank you for a great question. It looks like Will's got the channel right there, the www YouTube at Real Infinite Crypto. That'll take you to my channel. And, we do a lot on there. We've got our Wednesday microcap gem, but we've got a Monday mindset. Something that I learned from network marketing and something that's super important to me is the mindset. The 6 inches between your ears are going to determine whether or not you create wealth through cryptocurrency, but it'll also determine whether or not you keep it. There's a gentleman that has passed away a while ago now. He's one of the grandfathers of personal development named Jim Rohn. And one of his favorite sayings, and that I really loved, is if you come into $1 million fast, you best become a millionaire so you get to keep the money. And folks, what he meant by that is you see athletes and actors and famous people that blow through hundreds of millions of dollars. So if you don't think it's possible for you to go from zero or from a lower amount of money to $1 million or $2 million and then squander it all away and go back to zero, I would definitely take a look at that belief and be very, very cautious. So part of what we do on that Monday mindset is hopefully help teach you some skills so that when you make the money in crypto, you get to keep the money in crypto, and that it actually creates financial freedom in your life. It's not just a flash in the pan. So we've got the Monday mindset. Tuesday, I do a little bit of a trader series. I am mostly a buy and hold. And what I recommend for most people is just buy and hold. You don't have to do anything fancy. Just buy and just can keep buying and keep buying and keep holding and keep buying. And eventually you're going to reap the rewards of that. But for people that like to trade and want to jump in and out of the market a little bit more regularly, I do a Tuesday trader. So you really get the whole gambit on that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They're all at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I would love for some of you to hop over into the YouTube community too and participate in both ecosystems. That looks like all of the questions. Chad, did you want to unmute your mic? Chad Neller, did you want to unmute your mic and come up and say a few words at all? He might not be. He might be somewhere loud or be in a position where he can't. Somebody else said this is Cowboys of Crypto. Aaron, if that is you, Cowboys of Crypto, if you are on the stream and you have the ability to unmute your mic, man, I would love to have you come up. Cowboys of Crypto is another incredible YouTuber. He lives out in Florida, and he actually is a pastor of a church that also owns a cryptocurrency YouTube channel. And so, Cowboy, if that's you, that might not be him. It might be somebody else. But Cowboys of Crypto, if that's you on the Zoom, please unmute your mic and let's say a few words and introduce you to my community.
Hey, Brad. Cowboy just said he's rocking a baby in the text, but I figured out how to unmute myself. It's been a while. I was in the car, so I was on my phone listening. But thanks, man, so much for doing this. Chad Kneller here, and I love what you're saying, Brad, about network marketing. It changed my wife and I's life. I'm a former Army officer, and I jumped out of the military in 2014 and made about $3 million over the next 9 years in network marketing, and had some really, really great months. And along the way, discovered crypto, and crypto just led to a lot of great opportunities. A lot of great rooms that I never would have been in, a lot of great friends. And what I learned is it's all about being in the right place at the right time with the right project. And one of the most important things for me is who's running it and what type of hearts do they have? Because, there's out of the 50,000, there's probably like 40,000 plus that are not going to go well. And a lot of the times it's because of who's starting it and who the founders are. But, yeah, I love the philosophy. I love Jim Rohn. I got a picture of John Wooden, his Pyramid of Success right behind me. If you haven't heard of that, you should all look that up. But I love the philosophies, love the mindset. Love when Jim Rohn said that, you should set a goal to become a millionaire, not for the money, but what it will make of you to achieve it. And the first million's definitely the toughest. And once you've done it once, it's like, okay, now you have the resilience and the discipline and the resolve and the faith and all the things to do it again. So I'm excited. I didn't know anything about this till tonight, and you had messaged me. So I just thought, why not jump on? And Josh Denny said, you're a great guy. So I trust Josh. And so I jumped on here to hear, and I'll be one of those 777 holders for sure, and excited about what's coming down the pipeline. So appreciate you, man. Keep rocking it out, brother.
Man, thank you so much for coming on. That brings a tear to my eye because seriously, guys, we didn't orchestrate this. This is a gentleman. This isn't the Cowboys of Crypto that I was mentioning. This is a person that before tonight, him and I were total strangers. But because we have a mutual friend in Josh Denny, who we both love and respect, he's here. And the fact that you have the experience in network marketing and crypto that you have, and that you would come on and say that you're ready to go hold $777 worth of this token, man, that means more to me than you will ever know. I really, man, we're putting our heart and soul into this. And to hear people like you to come on and that said, great things like that, just thank you very much, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else want to come up and say a few words or ask a question at all? I know there's some great people on here. Jan is an incredible cryptocurrency investor. Jan, this is the first opportunity you've had to really hear in detail what we are up to. Would you like to come on and say anything? Love to get your input, good or bad. And same thing, Chad, if you're someplace where you could hop on, great. I do want to respect everybody's time. We have been a little over an hour. I know it's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. Folks, this isn't going to be for everybody. If you watched this and you said, hey, that looks awesome, but it's not for me, we still love you. We still wish you the best in life, and we are excited and we appreciate the fact that you spent some time here with us today. If you're one of the people, though, that is looking at this and going like, man, this might be something that I would really enjoy participating in and be a part of, reach out to us. I'm easy to get a hold of. I really am. I'm not, I'll give you my phone number. We can talk on the phone. You can message me directly through our Twitter account. You can get onto Telegram and message me directly. I'm not hard to get a hold of. I want to build relationships. One of the coolest things about this is the relationships. I don't know if Greg is still on the channel. Yeah, he is. Greg Nowak. He's been a member of the YouTube channel for a long time now. About a month ago, he said, hey, my wife and I are going to be in Las Vegas for my wife's birthday. Would you like to meet up with us and go out to dinner? And we said, absolutely. And guess what, folks? I didn't happen to be in Vegas at that point in time. I was literally a couple hours outside of Vegas for a few days. And I drove all the way 2 hours to Vegas, sat down with him and his lovely wife, with my wife. We had an amazing dinner. We broke bread. We got to know each other, and it was an incredible experience. And then we turned around and drove 2 hours back home. So I am willing to go above and beyond, because relationships are what matter. What Cowboy just talked about, the relationships that you're going to develop inside of this incredible community are probably going to far outweigh the money that you make, even though I think the money that you can make will be tremendous. So with that, if anybody wants to step up, raise their hand, or make a comment, great. If not, we'll let you guys get out of here and enjoy your evening. Hey, there he is. How you doing, Jan?
Pretty good, Brad. I was
Awesome.
actually on your first Infinite Agape
Oh, you
presentation.
were? Okay, fantastic.
So I have, this is my second one actually that I've attended. And I had the honor of meeting you in person a couple of years ago in Arizona.
Yep.
And never forget that night. And I just remembered, I was fortunate to be sat at your table, and I just remember how genuine and down to earth you and your wife are. And I've just really appreciated getting to know you, and and working with you on various things over the years. And yeah, I mean, it couldn't happen to a better guy. Let me put it that way. So congratulations on everything that you've accomplished, and I'm really glad to be a part of it.
Man, God bless you, my friend. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. So, babe, I don't want to put you on the spot. My sweetheart is shy. She doesn't want to talk. Okay. I just wanted to give you the opportunity. One of these days, we're going to get her drawn all the way out of her shell and actually let her say a few words. But for now, I'm kind of the mouthpiece. But I tell you what, guys, she is the genius behind this project. She's the one that came up with the Agape token. She's the one that came up with, the theme. Agape is synonymous for love in the Bible. And she's the one that came up with agape. She's the one that came up with the charitable side of this, the rewards wallet that goes to charity. I was the guy thinking about how do we help these projects, and we create this rewards pool, and we shine the spotlight on the projects, but everything that has happened, this logo is a logo that she was very much a huge part of in developing. She's the one that got all the shirts ordered. She's the one that got all the buttons ordered. She's the one that got all the stickers ordered. She's the one that made all the arrangements for this trip that we're going to in Las Vegas. Without her, I would be absolutely lost. I love you so much, babe. I appreciate you. And I'm really looking forward to moving forward with this project. And for now, I'll do the talking, but I'm excited for the day where you're ready to jump on here and say a few words, because a lot of these people love you too. And the ones that don't know you well enough to love you yet, they will in the very near future. So thanks for being here tonight, babe. All right, guys. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys call it a night. This will be recorded. We'll make sure that you have access to the link. It'll be posted in our Twitter, in our Telegram, and my Facebook account, all sorts of places. If you can't find the link, the Infinite Agape YouTube. Will, I forgot. Did you ever put the Infinite Agape YouTube link? So we do have an Infinite Agape YouTube channel. This will get posted to my Infinite Crypto YouTube channel, but it's first and foremost going to be viewable on the Infinite Agape YouTube channel. So we'll also post, that's where we're going to post that training video too. So if you go to this Infinite Agape YouTube channel, that link that we'll just put in the chat here, that's going to take you to our Infinite Agape YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch all of these training videos and these Zooms right from there. So I'm glad that I remembered that at the last second. So with that, folks, we love you all. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Hopefully we see a bunch of you next Thursday after this token is launched, and there's a bunch of you that are excited that you were able to go buy this on Sunday. Chad, Cowboy, anybody else that's watching this that wants to reach out to me directly and figure out how they might be able to be a bigger part of this project, feel free to hit me up on Messenger or Telegram, and let's have a conversation. So with that, Will, I'll let you shut it down and take it away. God bless and have a good night, folks.